This project was all about experimentation, full of trial, error, and a whole lot of learning what not to do. Did it turn out exactly like I envisioned? Definitely not. Am I a little disappointed? Absolutely. But does it look bad? Not at all. My main frustration is that some cool ideas didn't quite stand out the way I'd hoped. Still, every experiment taught me something valuable, and I even stumbled on ideas for future projects. I invite you to join me on this colorful journey of exploration. Let's start by checking out our canvas, this chunk of spalted maple. Right away I noticed it felt suspiciously lightweight, signaling trouble ahead. My hunch was confirmed. This wood was seriously punky and prone to tearing. To salvage it, we're heading straight to the vacuum chamber to infuse it with cactus juice for stabilization. You often see me stabilizing wood because my favorite projects involve rescuing stunning pieces other turners have abandoned. The stabilization process is pretty straightforward. Submerge the wood in cactus juice, apply a vacuum to suck the juice deep inside, then cure it in a toaster oven, preferably one retired from food service. The result is a dense, stable blank ready for turning. The wood stabilized, we're ready to restart the turning process. That hardened glue-like coating you see is actually cured cactus juice, and it penetrates deep inside the wood. Right now, I'm just turning the blank into a proper round shape so I can create a clean tenon for mounting on the chuck. Looking at the wood now, the end grain cuts beautifully thanks to the stabilization. Spraying it with water reveals stunning spalting patterns, almost tempting me to scrap this experimental plan and simply craft a gorgeous traditional bowl. But since experimentation is key, and because this was destined for the fire pit anyway, I stick to the original concept, preserving the beautiful interior while getting creative with the exterior. As I finish up the tenon, notice the sizable crack in that intriguing bug hole. Let's tackle these imperfections head on with our first experiment. Initially, I wanted to carve different sized holes using the angle grinder, fill them with resin, and thin the bowl's interior so they'd become windows. But as we discussed, the wood changed my mind and I decided to keep the interior natural. This is my first time using an angle grinder and I did practice a little bit, but reality struck pretty fast. I really had far less control than I expected. The grinder was just jumping unpredictably. I decided to roll with it, intentionally scattering similar mistakes around for a cohesive look. Lesson learned. Next time, I'll opt for a more precise grinder to manage speed better and improve my control. The stabilization process caused some warping, so let's quickly flatten the top surface for a perfect resin pour. At the bottom of the bucket lies our carved masterpiece, ready for experiment number 2. I've mixed 3 vibrant resin colors, red, green, and blue, and I'm pouring them simultaneously, spaced evenly apart, hoping for a natural rainbow blend. And yes, since I don't have 3 hands, a special shout out to my wife for lending me one of hers. Now, into the pressure pot for 72 hours while the resin cures. After a few days, it's time to reveal our rainbow resin results. I'm thrilled by the intriguing color blends that emerged. As I turn away excess resin, colorful strands whip around spectacularly. At the top of the bowl, we'll take the resin all the way down to the wood surface. I use the golden ratio to decide where that transition point would occur. As the resin becomes thinner, the carvings start to become the star of the show. This experiment was a success. But unfortunately, later, this detail won't survive. Still, I'm encouraged to know that the carving concept worked beautifully. On to hollowing. Immediately, I get overly aggressive and snap, the tenon breaks off. Forced to remake the tenon, I lose a little height, but sadly repositioning means losing those carved edges. It's frustrating, but turning teaches resilience, and after recentering and re-rounding, I cautiously hollow the bowl again, successfully this time. Well, it's that time again, my least favorite part of any project, sanding. But don't worry, you get to jump ahead. I sanded the bowl up to 800 grit. Now I'm sealing the bowl using paste wax, yet another first-time experiment. After about an hour of drying and a quick buff, it's ready to flip onto the vacuum chuck for the removal of the tenon.
Wow.
Removing the tenon was swift. Then I smoothed the base and I carved a recess for my maker's mark. Now it's ready for some finishing touches. Thank you so much for joining me for this adventurous project. Though I'm feeling a little bit disappointed, I'm reminded that experimentation breeds growth and fresh ideas. Now, let's wrap up by enjoying some close-up shots of this unique rainbow-infused creation.